What's going on, guys? Steel here, and today we're taking a look at the jump jets of War Thunder, aka the Harrier. We know from the dev streams that there was a British Harrier that was shown off, which was the premium version. We're going to get into this dev blog today, considering that this is quite a lot of information to unpack, and they also confirmed Russia would be getting a VTOL, kind of sort of confirming, which would probably be the Yak-38, and also another country which ends up being America, which again we'll get into here in a second. Now, the Harrier is something that I think British jet players have been wanting in the game ever since we got missiles, considering the game was getting a little bit more close to modern day, and it comes in the form of 4 variants, sort of. 2 for Britain, 2 for America. So obviously it's a VTOL. It has versatile weapons because it is a ground attack aircraft that can also double up as a air patrol fighter, but obviously is not the best in that role, considering that it is a subsonic jet. It will be getting a premium bonus because, again, there are 4 in total, 2 are premium, and it's got limited ordnance compared to other planes such as the Phantom. Pretty much anything else I can think of actually is kind of subpar. Anything that is American fighter bomber-ish is usually better. But obviously the Harrier is such an iconic jet, and as I've been told by a friend of mine from the UK, that the Harrier actually pretty much saved the British during the Falkland War as a very good, capable jet aircraft in naval capabilities and close air support. So, it's technically V/STOL, which is short takeoff and landing, or vertical takeoff and landing. The British do short takeoff, which is, if you've ever seen one of their more modern carriers, I forget the name of, but I think the French have it as well with the Charles de Gaulle, I believe it is. They have a ramp pretty much to give it just a little bit of an extra boost, and that's technically short takeoff, while if it just goes straight up, that's considered vertical takeoff. So, is the VTOL mechanic, if you will, going to be good? That entirely depends. In ARB, if you go VTOL mode, you're dead. Simple. Speed is kind of important in jet combat, and slowing yourself down just to look cool is kind of dumb. You might be able to pull off sneaky shots here and there by hovering somewhere, and then as someone flies over, you pop a missile off at them, but I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But we'll get into the variants now. Actually, beforehand, no, we'll look at that. So, depending on the version of the engine, the Rolls-Royce/Bristol Pegasus engine, it can reach speeds between 683 to 745 miles an hour, which is 1100 to 1200 kph. And again, not truly supersonic at all. It technically shouldn't be supersonic. Actually, no, sorry. Disregard that last statement. For some reason, when I read 745, my brain was like thinking in knots, even though I just said miles an hour. And I'm thinking, that's pretty close to Mach, but it's in knots. It's 700 and something knots, roughly. So, yeah. The variants, the GR1 and the... actually, no, sorry, just the GR1, which is the premium British version. And for once, Gaijin is actually introducing premiums that aren't entirely better than their tech tree counterpart this patch. Cough, cough, T72. But the GR1, which is the premium for Britain, actually is the first production variant to enter RAF service, and it is going to have the weakest engine. The GR3 is the entry, thank God, because the Russian stream, for us English speakers who don't speak Russian, when they just showed the Harrier as a premium, there was a bit of damage control that needed to be done, and thankfully Michael's Boom actually cleared it up on the English dev stream, because if the Harrier was going to be a premium only, that was kind of concerning. Now, obviously, I had a little bit more belief in Gaijin to not make that kind of stupid decision, but of course, thankfully, it was only just a temporary panic. As someone who doesn't even really play the British tech tree all that often, but does have a fascination with a lot of their jets, especially the Harrier, I think that it was a bit panic time for literally everybody in the Discord the second we saw it have a premium label. We expected to see the entry, of course, because they want to sell. They want to sell packs and make money. They showed a premium one, but did not mention an entry one until the English stream for English speakers who actually could understand that was happening. So, yeah. So again, GR1 is the premium, and actually on the dev stream, I believe was able to come with SRAMs, which debate whether or not SRAMs are actually working normally again, if you will. But I think they did just recently get fixed, so everything should be fine. The GR3 will be their entry variant, which I believe had AIM-9Gs, I was told. Don't quote me on that, but I'm not entirely certain. Do they even show... They don't even really show an air-to-air loadout, but they show the bombs. And for the Americans, obviously, because we use the Harrier as well for the U.S. Marine Corps, the AV-8A Harrier is a premium rank 5 store pack. Actually, sorry, let me reread this. So the GR1 is going to be GE premium, and the American one is going to be store pack. So of course they're going to make the American one kind of milk a little bit more money. But yeah, this one is technically equal to engines on the Harrier. I don't know the loadouts that'll be on these. They are rank 5 and not rank 6 premiums because we don't have a rank 7 jet tier yet. These might get bumped up for the inevitable rank 7, which... Look, we all know it's going to happen. Gaijin's going to make it happen. Balance be damned. Grind be damned. It happened with tanks. Tanks have gotten moderately better, especially after what I saw on the dev server. It seems like they kind of gave pretty much almost everybody a bit of a vehicle this time around, rather than just a new Abrams or a new T-90 and just that one, and then giving the middle finger to everybody else. So it's nice to see that they're trying, at least, to make things come balanced in terms of who gets what. And considering they're giving the Americans the Harrier too, I say that's pretty neat, because the entry variant, the AV-8C, was a later modification. I presume the engines probably remain the same. Some of the avionics may have been different. It might get even better missiles. It says rank 6, so I assume so. So both of the entries are rank 6 and the premiums are rank 5. Pretty fair. However, I guarantee that their battle ratings are going to probably be similar, especially for the premiums. And I think for the AV-8C and the GR3, they might be as well. And if the AV-8C is most definitely a proper upgrade compared to the AV-8A and GR3, it might even be slightly higher. I would probably place the Harrier when it comes to the live server. I know that the GR1 was 9.7 on the dev stream. But I have a feeling that the GR1 is going to be 9.7, and the GR3 and the AV-8C are probably going to be 10.0. I don't think they would be 10.3. That might be a bit much. And the AV-8A is to me, probably a bit of a we'll see kind of moment. I'm having a brain fart on the word. But it's either going to be 9.7 or 10.0. So yeah, the payload, of course, is limited, but it's still a versatile jet. I think Britain most definitely needed this, because them having to use what is virtually just America's, not even really a truly domestic design, in my opinion. It's still just an American plane with some British modifications. Of course, you could say, well, the Americans have it, but that's the other way around. It's nice to see Britain is getting a ground attacker that is natively their own design, rather than it being a copy of somebody else. Let's see. So yeah, they're going to make just to recap, the GR1, the rank 5 premium, a GE premium, probably might cost maybe 8,000 GE, possibly. The GR3 will be entry, the AV-8A will be a store pack, and the AV-8C Harrier will be entry again. And don't know the RP cost, I presume, because it's rank 6, probably going to be 380,000. I also assume that the American AV-8C will go after the FJ4B. Did I say that right? FJ4B? Yeah. The entry FJ Fury. So yeah, I can't wait to mess with these on the dev server, quite frankly, because I obviously like the Harrier. I want to try out the VTOL mechanics, albeit they looked a bit wonky. And also, before I end this video, I just want to show you guys what I've been working on for the next update. If NVIDIA does not kill me and my recording software does not work properly, which, by the way, I just got a new headset, the Astro A50, and I'm still working out the audio tweaks of it, but hopefully everything should be working. And I just wanted to show you guys the custom mission I am making, which is going to be using the new aircraft carriers. Now, of course, I was working on this before the Kiev, I believe it was, class. It's more like an assault carrier for the Russians was added, so I've got another mission planned that will involve that I have only just barely worked on. And anyways, I'm just gonna show you right here. What I've done is, of course, I temporarily named it USS Enterprise, and the other one I named Ark Royal, because I don't know. But these things, I would actually show you the models, but it's gonna lag the mission, and I don't know if that'll screw things up. But there's actually 2 aircraft carriers, and then there are 2 groups of AA. The outside ring is a bigger ship, which is the Atlanta, and then these are actually Albatross, because I decided, hey, let's see what happens with some automatic AA rather than a lot of Beaufort cannons, because I kind of wanted to keep the performance of the game as best as possible, because naval ships do cause quite an FPS issue for a lot of people. I learned that the hard way on my Suez mission, so this is what we've got so far, but I'm going to have to rework these. There is a bit of a workaround on the dev server that I'm going to try. Instead of reinstalling the CDK all over again for the dev client, I'm just going to see if I can modify the notepad file, which is, it's a BOK file, but I can open a notepad and find the actual ID names of the Forrestal and the Ark Royal to see what they're actually labeled as. Because if you look here, it will show you things are labeled like this. For anyone who's read data mines and stuff, you're probably familiar with how things are labeled, but I'm going to have to look for possibly USS underscore Forrestal underscore CV or something. So whenever the dev server, the first dev server goes up, I don't know when that's going to be. I don't know what day. Could be today. I have no idea. I'm going to try and see if I can get this mission working for the dev server for everyone to play around with the new carriers on, while also simultaneously getting play testing for what is basically just an AirRB map involving the carriers in a little less conventional Gaijin fashion. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that, kind of give you a little sneak peek. Ignore the Soviet air defense fighters. That shit doesn't work. I can't code AI to be working properly. By the way, if you want to airfield strafe, I'm going to warn you, the Tunguskas that are at that airfield are going to rip you to shreds. So don't airfield strafe, because you're going to get screwed. You come after these carrier groups, you're also going to get slapped out of the sky. Because I cranked up the AA, you're not going to go in airfield strafe. You're going to actually participate over the battlefield. So yeah, that's a bit of a warning for everybody. I will be, if I don't get screwed over between having to work during a dev server and, say, an afternoon shift, because usually I think the dev servers come on in the afternoons for me. Hopefully I don't get screwed over. We are going to try and live stream the dev server. And obviously today is Halloween, so I hope you all have a good Halloween. Go trick-or-treating, do whatever you're going to do. I'm going to keep working on this mission because I hate Halloween. I hate Halloween. I was scarred as a kid, okay? I don't like the scream mask. That shit scares me. But anyways, guys, that pretty much wraps it up for the Harrier video. So, yeah. Thank you so much for watching. Stu Wolf, and I'll see you all next time.